Now then YouTube, I'm the Top Man, and welcome to a spotlight on Binnie's mods. Now then Binnie, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. So it's been a long time since I've seen an update from yourself, obviously with you having a life.
Yeah, I know.
So what's been going on?
Life,
yeah, oh well, don't we all? Don't we all? So what's been going on in the time of 1.6.4 to 1.7.10?
Well, I finished two mods which I've been working on for a year or two, quite a long time, but they're finally done. So I have Botany and a total rework of my genetics over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
And some new stuff for trees.
Honestly, some of this stuff, guys, you will love. And those little blocks down there, oh man, they are fantastic. In fact, let's go and have a look at them first, because they are part of the core, aren't they?
Yeah.
So let's have a look at these. What are these then?
These are basically multi-page chests or compartments where you can set picture and the colour and the name of each tab so you can organise your stuff. It's a replacement for the indexer that was an extra B's.
It is cool. Yeah. Now, for you guys out there who love your iron chests, which I am one person who does like an iron chest or two, these things are much better than an iron chest, and it takes a lot.
You can't say that.
Well, I can, because they are.
For shame. You can't say that. For CW, how could you?
They are, though. They are. They're like advanced iron chests. They're brilliant. And they look great as well, I've got to say.
Thank you.
So this diamond one is much bigger than obviously this this wooden one that we've got here. This one, look at this. Look at all this space. And so many tabs as well. So let's have a quick look through this this smaller one, because that one hasn't actually got a couple of tabs set here, so I can show people how it works. In this compartment down here, we've got two ones that haven't actually been assigned. So let's click on that one there with a little bit of paper. We can name this tab whatever we want. So say for example we want to stick in there, I don't know, these grass blocks. So we can name it, totally spelled wrong, we can name it grass blocks. Then we can take our grass block and then we can click on the tab icon like that, and it'll end up with a little grass block there. And we can also change the colour of the tab to gold and stuff like that. And then we can put our grass blocks in there, and it's totally independent of all the other tabs that are in there. These have 25 slots, whereas the bigger ones, the diamond ones, which ones, how much do they have again?
They have 50 per page, and they have 8 pages.
Which is awesome. Don't tell, who is it who did, CPW, innit? Don't tell CPW. Don't tell CPW that they're better than these iron chests. So, them being in the car, is there anything else new in the car that we haven't actually covered?
No, it's just that.
So, moving on to extra Bs. There isn't actually anything new in extra Bs, is there? It's just a straight on part up to 1.7.10.
Yeah, there's nothing new.
Which is awesome.
I mean,
awesome to have that back.
There's stuff missing.
Is there?
All the old machines aren't in it anymore.
Because that's covered in your new genetics mod, isn't it?
Yeah.
So moving on then to extra trees, and the eagle-eyed viewers out there, even though you don't really need to be eagle-eyed to have seen it by now, look at all these fences, these new fences. Do you want to take us through some of these fences then?
Okay, let's see. We should have the vanilla one somewhere. Oh, at the back here.
Right at the back.
Then you have a solid. Yep. Then you have. Let's see. They're both solid versions of it. Then you have. I don't know. That's a full one, so that's got 3 bars. There's a low fence which has got 2 low bars somewhere over here.
The second row, yeah.
Yeah. So yep. So basically you got a high fence and a full fence and a low fence. Each one could be solid. And then each one can also have like an embedded bar running along it.
Nice.
Which is more evident over here.
So you can
see these multicoloured ones.
Yeah, these multicoloured ones. You can see, guys, we've got an oak fence actually merged in with a birch fence, and the people that know about extra trees will already know what you can do with the extra trees wood. Let's take a look over here. Look, you can colour it whatever one you want to do, depending on which recipe that where you put the plank that is a different colour. So look at this. This is cool. This honestly, people who can build. I mean, I'm not a builder. I'm terrible at building. They always end up squared in my buildings. Look, you can tell because I built these. I built these enclosures. They always end up square. But people who like their aesthetics will love these new fences. Absolutely love them.
Mm-hmm.
Did a really good job on these. I love them.
Thank you.
They're awesome. So what else in extra trees then? I can see this this monstrosity at the back here. It's massive and I'll tell you something. This is gorgeous.
Yeah. I mean, I could do better. I'm not much of an artist either. But
it's a lot better than what I could do. So this is your new stained glass.
Yep, it's just exactly the same as a woodworker, except it's made out of one of the 16 stained glasses in vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's about it. And you can see through it, obviously.
And you can make those little patterns as well.
Yeah.
And this is by using the glass worker?
Yeah, that's again identical to the woodworker. It's over here.
So we open
there's already some stuff in it.
Yeah, I put some in just to show people what it does. Obviously, you need the wood polish in the bottom there. Is there anything else you're using there?
No, just wood
Wood
polish.
polish.
I mean, I need to replace. It's going to get replaced with something more suitable at one point.
Yeah.
Like glue or something. But for now, wood polish.
Okay. And you put one colour there, merge them together.
Choose a pattern.
Yeah. Any pattern you want.
And you can swap over the colours if you want like that.
So that they're other way around. Exactly like the woodworker. If you haven't seen my spotlight on extra trees from before, then by all means you can go ahead and have a look at that, because that'll cover the stuff that I don't cover in this video.
Yeah.
Because nothing's changed in respect to the extra trees from back then, other than no, actually nothing's changed.
Nothing's been removed from extra trees.
That's awesome. I love those new those fences are great. Those fences are great. And also now the stained glass as well, just to add to people's aesthetic builds. They're going to absolutely love it. I know one server in particular who will love this mod. Absolutely love it. So this is great. I love what you've done with the glass.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. So, is there anything else left in extra trees since? Oh,
these hedges.
Yeah, the hedge.
They don't, but they're just like leaf fences, really. That's all I can say.
You can see through them.
What else can you say? You can see through. I mean, if you turn off fancy graphics, they'll go solid like normal leaves.
Ooh, that would actually look pretty cool.
Yeah, I was thinking I might make two versions. One which is solid, even with fancy on, because I think solid hedges look better.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Oh, either which could look good. But yeah, definitely solid ones. That would be nice. That would be a nice option to have for the people who work on fancy graphics. I mean, I'm nearly always on fast graphics because my computer's pants. But for the purposes of this mod spotlight, obviously, and the fact that there is only like 6 mods in here, it's not exactly hard to run fancy graphics. Fine. That's good. So
is that working?
I think it is. I think it's actually doing some stuff. So actually, looking at this genetics, let's get involved with some of this stuff then, because this is where nearly everything happens within extra bees, extra trees, and your new botany, which we'll get to soon.
Yep.
So where do we start with the genetics nowadays?
Okay. Normally you can start with the isolator, which is this orange one over here. So, is there anything in it? Nope. I got some.
There's some enzymes. That's about it.
Yep. So you need some ethanol and some enzyme, and you just put any individual into bees, trees, butterflies, or flowers, and it will take genes out of them and put them onto these blank sequences that you're putting down here.
Yep.
Yep. And then that will go over here to the polymerizer, which is actually doing some at the moment. Oh, it seems to have run out of DNA. Oh, in which case, this is what the gene pool is for.
Yep.
I'll throw some bees in there. This is the same as it always has been, but now it needs enzyme and ethanol. So it needs other resources to run. But yeah.
And that will create the DNA that's then used in the polymerizer.
Yep.
Which goes in this bottom tank, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the top one's polymerizing bacteria. So you need bacteria and raw DNA. And the gold in the middle makes it go much faster. You don't need the gold, it's just a catalyst for the polymerization. Okay.
So the DNA sequence, the empty DNA sequence, are the ones that hasn't been through the polymerizer, goes into the left-hand side, then pops into there. It'll go through, it will then end up over here, nice and full.
Yep.
Oh well, it will do eventually. Takes a little bit of time.
It takes a couple of runs, yeah. You don't have to fill the sequence files. You can put them straight into the sequencer, but they're much faster if you. What am I saying?
Yeah,
They're much faster if you polymerize them first.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because this sequencer can take a long time. If you haven't got anything, if you haven't put it through the polymerizer at all, it takes, I think, is it 10 minutes? 15 minutes?
16 minutes.
16 minutes.
Yeah. And it should take about 8 if it's been fully polymerized.
Nice. So it goes from the polymerizer over into here eventually.
Yeah,
at
I might
whichever
take
stage
it out.
that is.
I'll take it out and put it straight in. It doesn't have to be fully... There we are.
Nice. So this sequencer, how do we run this?
You just... All you need is fluorescent dye in the bottom left. Put a sequence in and it will very slowly sequence it. Hold tab over the progress and it will tell you how many minutes left. So it's 8 minutes at the moment.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
And of course all these
Then-
machines do have to be powered by either MJs or RF, depends which machine you actually
Or
make.
EU.
Or EU
also
as well?
works. Yeah.
Oh.
It depends. Basically, the recipe in the bottom of the bottom slot of the crafting can be a gear, a redstone reception coil, or a basic circuit. And depending on which one, that's the power system it will accept.
Ah, okay. And look at these little particle effects that come up on the top here. These are brilliant. I love these.
You do love your parkour effects.
I do love my particle effects. I do. I can't help it. I do. So it's done in the sequencer. What do we do with the actual with the gene? What happens to it?
Well, I'll get out a... Yep, here's one. You can have this. This is your gene database.
Thank you. All right, guys. So the gene database, which is where all of these genes go in. Once they've been sequenced, you get a blank sequence back, and the APRS DNA sequence, whatever it was, goes into your database. So let's open the database and have a look. So as you can see, in the gene bank that we've got here, I've got a few of them. I mean, I've only got 6 out of 717 genes. My goodness, Binnie, that is a lot of genes.
Well, I didn't add any new ones. That's just how many there are in forestry and all my mods put together.
You do realise that I see this 6 out of 717, and I want to get all of the 717. It probably never happened, but I'll want to get them all.
It's possible.
That would be awesome. It would,
Yeah.
because I like Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Got to catch them all.
I mean, you end up getting a lot of genes that you wouldn't really want to sequence, I guess, like slowest fertility and stuff.
Very true. Very true, which is actually one that I've got, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, one down there.
Oh no, it's high fertility.
Oh.
Slowest
That's not
production. I've got a slowest production. Oh, one thing to actually note as well, guys. In the sequencer, you can actually say, in this little bracket thing, it says unknown in there. You can actually find out what that particular DNA sequence is by running it through one of these machines. Where is it? Is it this one?
Analyzer. Yeah.
That's the one. Analyzer, right here. We'll get into a little bit more on this in a second, but if you run it through this, you'll be able to find out what particular gene that actually is. So, using your information that you've actually got back from the sequencer, what can we do with that information?
Well, you can. I'll give you an empty serum vial, I guess. I'll give you one. Do you have a spare, or do you want one?
I don't have a spare on me at the moment.
Okay, well there you go. There's one to demonstrate.
So
So you open the database.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've opened the database.
And then you can just click on any of the genes on the right with your empty serum, and it should fill it with whichever gene that is.
Yep, I've got one. I've got the high fertility gene now
Yep, now
in
you've
my
got
empty
it.
serum.
You can polymerize it to fill it up with charges and then inoculate species with it, the same as you did in extra bees.
Oop. Like that. You can see it's polymerizing. I think it's polymerizing. Oh, it's run out of DNA again. But that will go ahead and polymerize and get to the top, and then it'll
Yep.
come back down again after it's done one charge, and then go again for a second charge, and then a third charge, and so on and so forth. Again, the gold will speed that process up.
You can also, if I give you this is a serum array, so you can have more than one serum in the same vial and then inject multiple genes at once.
Really? How many genes can this hold?
It can hold one of each type, so you could have an entire genome of a bee on one serum. So it can hold
Nice.
But it can't hold like 2 different species. It holds 1 species, 1 fertility, and all for the same thing, like a bee or a tree. But apart from that, you could put all the genes you have so far on it into the same array.
Yeah, I've got a temperature tolerance, cave dwelling, flowers, and all that lot, and I've put it all into this apiarist serum array. It says here it's empty at the moment, obviously, because it's got no, it hasn't been through the polymerizer, or it's got no charges. So it says that I've got species forest, production slowest, high fertility, no temperature tolerance, no cave dwelling, and flowers.
Yeah.
And then that just goes through there, and that will put all of those traits into one bee.
It makes it take much longer. I think in the polymerizer it would mean, because it's got, I don't know, 6 genes on it, it'll take 6 times longer per cycle. And that's the same with the inoculator. So that means the inoculator takes 10 minutes per gene, so that will take an hour of in-game time, in real life time.
Wow.
For it to inject all 6 genes into the individual.
Nice. Wow.
So,
that is, the fact that you can actually have them all inject all at the same time, so you don't have to keep coming back and then putting one in and then keep coming back and then putting one back in, that saves so much time anyway. So you can go off, do other things, you come back here and it'll all be done, which is good. So now we've got this apiarist serum, and just imagine that this one's the full one. What do we do with that one?
You can put it in the inoculator over here. So this one's actually already got a forest serum in it, but you can put that in instead if you want.
This one, it's fine. That forest serum would be good. Actually,
good. But so you put it in the left, and it goes in there. And when they're empty, they go into the right slot, and then the next one in the queue comes along. But all we need is some bacteria. So I'll put in some bacteria vector, which is what inoculates things. So that's a forest. So in the inoculator, you can only inoculate things such as larvae, pollen, or butterfly serums. You can't inoculate drones, for instance.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to put in a larvae. There's a little... There it is, and it's... Yep, it's going to take 10 minutes, and hopefully when we come back, that should be a forest larvae instead of a wintry larvae.
Nice. So this bacteria vector that's on this left-hand side, then, how do we get this stuff?
It's in the incubator over here. So the incubator's basically you put a liquid and a solid, or just a liquid, depends on the recipe, and it'll make other liquids and solids by heating them up. And this is how you make things like different types of bacteria, and enzyme, and this is also how you make larvae into drones.
Nice.
The actual recipes will be on the wiki, so you can look them up there. I've already done them.
Okay. So this one is that we need that to finish actually first. The analyzer then, we can quickly run through the analyzer, I suppose.
Yep. It's exactly the same as the forestry analyzer, but it uses power in DNA dye instead.
And what does this do?
It just tells you the genes on a bee or tree, but it also does sequences. And the forestry analyzer won't do sequences.
Oh, okay. So this is the only machine that can do that? Yes,
but it acts the same as the analyzer when it comes to doing bees, but it just uses power instead.
Okay.
For those of us who don't have honey.
Okay. So while this lava is still changing, what should we cover next? Should we cover the this block?
Yeah, we've got the acclimatizer, which isn't finished yet, but it works, but it just needs to look a bit nicer and have a nice picture and stuff. But you just, same as the acclimatizer before, you just put things in the left, you put a bee or tree or something there. Oh no, that's wrong. No, you put a bee or tree in the left, and you put the things you want to acclimatize it to in the bottom in those 3 slots.
Yeah. Things like
lava, water, and then the bee will acclimatize, and when it's as high as it can go, it'll go into the right. But you can also acclimatize anything that's got a temperature tolerance, or you can acclimatize flowers to pH and moisture. So it's not just bees anymore.
Nice. So from this one, is it ready yet? How long's left? How long till our little one is ready?
Which one? The inoculator.
Our little one.
7.5 minutes.
7.5 minutes. What should we cover in the meantime?
We didn't do the alcohol for extra trees yet.
We can cover that. We can cover that right now. So where do we start with alcohol, which is a brand new thing into extra trees?
Yeah, well, the first thing is a press, which is basically a squeezer, which squeezes, but it squeezes things like apples and bananas and almost any fruit, but into their respective juices rather than just juice. So
Yeah.
you get apple juice, orange juice, lemon juice, things like that.
Nice.
I'll find a fruit in a minute that I could demonstrate it with.
Is it? You can get banana juice. Is that even a thing?
Ah, okay, maybe not bananas. That might have been a lie. Or
That'd be epic.
I think you get banana wine, so there might be banana. I'm going to try it now. We'll put bananas in. Yeah, banana
Oh.
juice is a thing. I've made
Banana
it a thing.
juice. Yes.
If it isn't a thing already, it's now a thing.
Binnie's banana juice. Oh, alliteration. Good stuff.
I'm gonna.
So can we'll have like lines, we'll have like shelves just full of like Binnie's banana wine.
Yeah,
That'd be
I'm gonna
great.
add a block to help store all the different bottles of wine and stuff. But yeah,
Nice. So this banana juice, if it's
Yeah.
obviously if it's connected like I am at the moment,
I'm gonna
it
get
will,
rid of that and put it back.
yeah, because it's got the apple in from earlier.
Oh, there's it got banana juice in, but
we
okay.
That has banana juice in. I think the thing behind it might need replacing. One sec.
Yeah, I'll put that. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yep, so now there's banana juice. Okay, and now I need to put yeast in. I luckily took it, so you have to put the yeast in there. And put it, so that's only a recipe slot at the top. The inventory is this line underneath it. Up there, whenever you put an item down, it just ghosts there.
Yeah,
And it'll be taken from the internal inventory.
yeah.
So now we're making banana wine from the banana juice on the left.
Oh, that sounds epic. That sounds either very sickly or very nice. I'm
Yeah.
not. I haven't made my mind up yet. So that will go ahead and obviously brew that up, and then that will then move on.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to replace this, because this is currently making apple brandy.
Is that still? Is that still apple? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still cider.
because
It's obviously in the pipe, in it.
Yeah. No, put the machine down first.
There we go.
What?
It's got the banana in there.
I think I might have put down the wrong machine.
The wrong
That was
machine.
I think that was the MJ one, rather than the RF
Ah, yeah.
distillery. It wasn't accepting its power. This should be an RF one. Yep, there we are, full power. And that's... Oh, so it's creating fruit brandy.
Fruit
I can
brandy.
Yeah, it's just generic brandy. But I can change it, so click there, it's now making fruit liquor. And if I click at the bottom one, it's now making neutral spirit. But I think... Which one? Brandy, liqueur, or neutral spirit?
Oh, I think brandy sounds nice to me.
Okay, we'll stick with fruit brandy then.
So yeah, clicking on these 3 points here will actually change what you're actually making by, like, single distill, isn't it? Double distilled
double
and then
and triple
triple,
distillation, yeah.
which is nice.
And yeah, each one takes, like the triple one takes 3 times longer than the single.
Binnie's banana brandy. That is alliteration at its best.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
shall make a bottle and name it that with an anvil.
Nice, nice. So the how do you get it out of this then?
You can just take it out in a bucket. Eventually you'll be able to take it out of glassware, bottles and stuff. But I don't think that's actually working yet.
Okay, okay.
You
Okay,
know,
okay. Well, shall we? Because this little guy here, this little guy is going to take a little bit of a while. So, should we start on botany, or should we just hang on for a bit and then wait for this
Wait.
guy to finish?
I've got a glass here if you want some.
Oh,
I just need to make it so you can take it, put it in and out into the glass. But there's a glass
oh,
of
it
wine.
actually, like, it renders
Ish.
like you've drank a bit.
Yeah, it doesn't just drink in one go. It sort of slowly goes down the level of it until it's empty.
Oh, I'm still drinking an empty one.
Yeah, it won't affect you, but yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, let's turn this off.
quick! Yeah, I think all the flowers will die if we don't turn off the vein. We don't have a
We
greenhouse.
don't have the air, we don't have the glass roof. So, botany then. While this little guy,
Yep.
should we get on with botany, or should we wait for this guy to finish?
Now we'll go on to botany.
Okay, so what is botany for people who don't know what it is?
Botany is just like breedable flowers, I guess. That's how I describe it. That's what it is, study of flowers and plants. So here are some flowers we planted earlier. So we started with dandelions and poppies, and there's a few carnations in here, which are the white and red ones, and then there's some hydrangeas, which are the blue ones.
Yep.
But if you look, we've started to get some different colours over here, for instance.
We have. I can see one here that looks brick red, is that?
Yep. And there's
And
some
then
orangey
orange ones and
Mm.
gold ones and... Wow.
So I can get you an encyclopedia in a minute.
And the encyclopedia, when
Yep.
right-clicked on the flower, will show you exactly what this flower is.
Yeah. It won't tell you any of the genetics, it'll just tell you what you can physically see
Yeah.
about that flower. Yeah.
Ooh, a young beige and yellow dandelion. That's a new one.
Beige and yellow. Mm. Which one's that? I haven't.
Just this one
I
here.
don't remember that colour. Where? Oh, that one.
Yep.
Oh, beige. I thought it said beige, as in. Oh, beige.
It's
yeah.
the accent. So obviously, we're running off a forestry farm here, and this is one of the things that you've integrated, isn't it?
Yep. So you can just grow them. Oh, we should probably explain where you grow them. So you have a little tool called a trowel, which I can go get one. So you get diamond and gold and stone and iron and wooden trowels. If
Yep.
we go over to some grass area over here, this will do. So I can just right click on it like I'm making a farm, and that makes out soil, which is where I can plant my flowers. The flowers will only grow on this. If I plant any of my flowers anywhere else, they'll just stay there. But if you plant flowers on this soil, they'll grow and they'll die and they'll breed with each other. And all the
Also,
sort of
when
stuff
you-
I added.
When you get a flower that you want to keep, you just can you pull it up?
Yeah. Yeah, you just pull it up. I mean, this is only for breeding.
Yeah.
Once you've bred them, you just put them wherever and they'll stay there forever. They won't react with the environment or anything.
Nice. So what's this little guy that's just popped up here?
Oh yeah, if you leave this soil just without looking after it, weeds will randomly pop up. So you just hit them or put a block on them. Prevent flowers from growing there though. So you should keep it well tended.
Nice. So
Okay.
if I was starting with this mod, where would I start? What would be a good place to start?
I guess you just get the trowel, which is very easy to make. Then you put out a bit of land, and then you can pick vanilla flowers. So just pick, I don't know, dandelions. They're vanilla. And then take them, and hopefully, if you just plant it there it is. And now, if you use a book on them, it'll tell you they're breedable flowers now. And they'll spread slowly, but they'll spread.
Okay. So what are the things to watch out for when you're actually breeding flowers? Can all flowers be planted on this soil?
Well, there's three different things that they might not tolerate. So first of all is the temperature, which is the same for bees and trees and everything else. So this is probably just a normal biome. So most flowers will grow here, but some desert flowers like it. But I'm going to give you the soil meter because there's two other things. There's also the moisture, which doesn't depend on the biome so much as how moist the soil is underneath it, and the pH.
So if
you
I
can
right click
Yeah.
on this little boy here, it tells me that the moisture is normal and the pH is neutral and it's a type of soil.
Yep. So the type is soil, but if I get some fertilizer, some forestry fertilizer powder, I do this one. So I do it once, and now
Ooh.
that block has changed, the green one there.
Ah, now it's loam.
Yeah, and if I do it again, that's now a flower bed.
Yep, it is.
So flower bed's the best, and flowers grow much quicker on that. So that's just how many nutrients are in the soil. So I'll make it very nutritious, like that.
Sweet.
There we go.
So these two guys here, will they actually do anything just planted like that?
Yeah, they're going to grow, but they do it randomly on block ticks. So they'll just sit there and wait until they're ticked. They won't. You can't really speed it up or anything.
Okay.
You just have to leave them. But you can also change the pH. So let's see. Ash is a way of making it more alkaline. Mulch is a good way of making it more acidic.
Okay.
So I'll get some of them. So let's see. Oh. So I'll go over here and I'll make these. So these are more alkaline now. They're more blue.
Oh
And
yeah,
these
so
ones,
it is.
these are more acidic. So that's different types.
Nice. And I take it different flowers can grow on different types of soil.
I mean,
on a flower bed.
I think I might have to check this quickly. I'll check in the database. So, yep, an orchid can only grow in acidic soil. So if I planted an orchid all over here, they die everywhere except this red area.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it depends on the flower, and you can look at the wiki, and there'll be a list. It tells you the pH and tolerances of all the flowers.
So would a good place be to start breeding flowers be dandelions?
Dandelions have one of the best tolerances straight off, and they also breed much quicker. So dandelions are probably the best start, but the very pretty flowers evolve from things such as roses and poppies. So dandelions are good, but they're a good starting flower. That's about it.
But if you want the decent stuff, then it's going to take a bit of work.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a bit of research into which flowers die, or just get a database.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a database, you can just, trial and error it.
Yeah. And then the flowers that are next to each other, they give their traits to each other?
Yep. So
on
they
a random
pollinate
chance?
each other. Yep, totally random. And they also pollinate themselves occasionally. So that means if it dies, if it's pollinated itself, it'll regrow instantly. So it will maintain itself.
Also, because I just see one flying around, these things have a chance to spawn butterflies as well, don't they? The ones that are planted in your soil?
Just the same as leaves in forestry. They'll spawn butterfly. And also butterflies can pollinate them, and bees can pollinate them. So the same breeding mechanics really as forestry trees, but just on a smaller scale. And they can do it without any help.
Nice. Nice. Well, if you guys have got any questions at all, then by all means, that's what the comments section is there for. Go ahead and stick any comments that you've got in there. So we've glanced over what is in botany because I mean there's so many different plants and stuff in there. Let's have a look at Go on.
There's also the moisture for changing the moisture of the soil. We've got sand and water here. So to change the moisture, you have to put it adjacent to water or sand. Yeah. It'll change naturally. You don't have to put any powder on the soil.
Yeah, I see some these things here. There's actually, I think, is this acidic soil?
Yes, this one over here was acidic damp, because I've set up 4 gardens, which are the farms used to grow these flowers in the farm, and I've got that one's a damp, acidic, fertilised garden there.
Nice, and that's just done by the circuit boards.
Yeah,
and then setting them up like that.
I just gave it some dirt and some water, and I also gave it some mulch to actually make it acidic, because you need to give it something to acidify the soil with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, that's how it worked. It put it down for us.
And then it's got this little effect on the block when it's actually when it's damp.
Yeah.
This little water effect, which is cool. Right, I'm gonna go and grab myself one of those little databases.
The botanist one.
Yeah, just so I can show people.
There's the master one. Oh, you've already got one.
Oh, just got one. So this is a really quick look at the botanist's database here. As you can see on the right hand side, it's exactly the same as what you can see in the genetics and all that stuff. On the right hand side here is what there is. This is obviously one that's a master one, so they're all in here. You won't actually be able to see them until you found them. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, they'll be discovered when you place them down. They're yours, and they remember they're yours. And when they breed and grow, they'll let you discover it, basically.
An aquilegia and a rose makes an anemone.
Yeah.
An anemone.
Well,
the
tulip is by looks of it, the best flower. For further mutations, the tulip's got the most, I think. That's a good starting point for tulip. Lets you get lots of other flowers quite quickly.
Oh yeah, so it does. There's quite a lot of them there. Geraniums, lilies, petunias. Dianthus. Nice. Oh yeah, one thing that we actually forgot to mention a little bit earlier on. If you place down the sequencer...
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you actually place down this sequencer, whatever goes through this sequencer is yours. It doesn't matter if somebody else puts that in. Once it goes through there, it's yours. Good way of checking that is on the top right hand side. You see the owner is Hey Yorkie, that's me. So all of the sequences, doesn't matter if Binnie puts something in here or not. It's all going to go towards my research. So that's just something to note if you are going to be playing with somebody on a server.
That text in the middle will say that at some point. It says my name, but eventually it will say whoever owns it. So you can just look at it and it will tell you who will discover it.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, is there anything else with Botany? I nearly called it Botany then, but that's an entirely different mod on its own. Which people are already saying, by the way, that they would like mod interaction with. We were discussing this last time, weren't we? But,
yeah. Anything else?
Is there anything else left on that?
I think there's one thing which I think I forgot to mention to you earlier as well, is that you can also put gravel next to soil, and that means if it rains, as I said, if it rains, the soil will start turning damp.
Yeah.
But if you put gravel next to it, it will stop the rain affecting it as much. So it doesn't make it dry by itself, but it stops the rain making it moist. So it sort of stops it getting really wet and water laden when it rains.
Yeah.
But I suggest just putting a big glass roof over it to stop it getting wet.
Oops. FPS. What's going on? Oh, just give me a second. Alright guys, back. We have our forest lava. It's finished now.
Yep.
It's there. It's there. Proof in concept that it does actually work. You put the Apiary serum obviously in the top there, and that had one. It had one charge in it. Now that's gone into the forest lava now. Let's take that guy. So what do we do with the forest lava then?
Well, we put it in the incubator, and the recipe for larvae is just put them in the incubator with some growth medium, which you get by dissolving solid growth medium in water. Then you incubate the larvae with it. And the incubator works on random ticks, so it doesn't have a progress bar, and we can't predict how long it's going to take.
Oh,
well, it's quite quick, really.
there you go.
There's a forest drone that you can breed.
Is that a pure forest drone, or does it hold any other bits and bobs? It's literally
It's pure. The inoculator doesn't do hybrids anymore. It does both genes at once.
It does both genes. Nice.
Yeah.
And then obviously you take that away. Obviously you probably won't be mutating a forest drone. You'd be mutating something a little bit more valuable than that. But you'd take that drone, you put it with the rest, and then obviously it's what happens with breeding in forestry. It goes and does all the rest of the goodness that forestry tends to do. So
you can't
carry on.
You can't obviously get a princess by this method then.
No.
So you can't. You just have to do this a lot to drones, and then hopefully just by breeding them with other princesses, the genes will stay there.
Yeah. Any So is there anything else left now, or have we literally covered everything? I think.
I'm gonna have to look through the NEI a minute.
No worries.
I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. We've done the soil meter and the encyclopedia. I'll just quick mention that to make the farms, it's insulated tubes, which are a bit like the electron tubes in forestry, but you put different materials inside them.
Yeah.
And you put them onto a circuit board. And that's also on the wiki, which I will release when this video comes out.
Nice.
And you'll find all the recipes and things there for the 2 new mods.
Yeah, I'll make sure that I'll put something down in the description below so that you guys can go and follow that over there. And I hope that this has been a good introduction into what's new in Extra Bees, Extra Trees, the new genetics, and of course botany as well. And I do hope that you're going to have loads of fun with it, because I know I certainly am. So, have you got anything else left to say before we let these good people go?
No.
No? Is that it?
Okay, wait. Give you an ice bucket challenge quickly.
Cheers. Oh, that was cold.
I nominate you.
All right, guys. Well,
yeah, I've got nothing else to say. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Until next time, I've been the Tough Man. He's been
I've been
Binnie.
Binnie.
Yeah, he's been Binnie.
Yep.
And as always, stay safe.